It's the quote where the sources have said that he secretly hoped William would struggle so he would pick up the phone and call him back and ask him for help.
For years, many royal watchers believed that if reconciliation ever came to the fractured relationship between Prince Harry and Prince William, the bridge would almost certainly be Catherine, Princess of Wales. Yet something appears to have changed, and according to recent reports, the woman once seen as the family's most patient peacemaker is no longer willing to carry a burden that was never hers to bear. What happened behind the scenes, and why are so many observers now saying that Prince Harry may have finally run out of road? Let's begin with the request that has left even longtime royal commentators stunned. For a long time, the public conversation surrounding the ongoing rift between Prince Harry and Prince William focused on one central question. When will the brothers finally sit down together and begin repairing the damage that has accumulated over years of public interviews, best-selling memoirs, media projects, and increasingly visible distance between two men who were once considered inseparable? However, a different question has now emerged, and many royal observers believe it may be far more important than anything discussed before. What happens when the one person still believed to be capable of opening the door simply decides not to? According to recent reports discussed by royal commentators, Prince Harry has been attempting to find pathways back into communication with Prince William. Yet rather than approaching the future king directly, claims have surfaced suggesting that attention has turned toward Catherine, Princess of Wales, as a potential intermediary. The idea itself has generated considerable discussion because it places Catherine in a position many believe she has occupied for years: the role of emotional bridge builder within an increasingly fractured family. But here is where the story becomes significantly more complicated. Many viewers may remember that Catherine, Princess of Wales, was often portrayed as one of the few senior members of the royal family who maintained hope that some form of reconciliation could eventually occur. While public tensions escalated, while headlines became increasingly dramatic, and while relationships appeared to deteriorate behind palace walls, Catherine was frequently described by commentators as someone who understood the value of family bonds, particularly where children and future generations were concerned. That reputation did not emerge overnight. It developed through years of observing how Catherine approached public life, royal duties, and personal relationships. Unlike many figures who become involved in high-profile disputes, Catherine consistently projected stability, patience, and restraint. Even during periods when speculation dominated headlines, Catherine rarely entered public arguments and almost never responded directly to criticism. And perhaps that is precisely why so many people assume that if Prince Harry ever wanted a route back toward Prince William, Catherine would eventually help make that happen. But should she? That question has become increasingly difficult for royal observers to answer. After all, when people discuss reconciliation, they often focus on what Prince Harry may have lost or what Prince William may still feel. Far less attention is paid to what Catherine herself has experienced throughout this long and painful chapter of royal history. Think about that for a moment. How many times has Catherine, Princess of Wales, been expected to absorb tension created by others? How many times has Catherine been expected to remain patient while criticism circulated, while private matters became public, and while stories involving the royal family dominated international headlines? And perhaps most importantly, how many times can one person be asked to carry responsibility for repairing relationships they did not break? Those questions are now sitting at the center of the conversation. According to commentators discussing recent developments, what appears to have changed is not Catherine's ability to help. It is Catherine's willingness to continue doing so. That distinction may sound subtle, but in reality it changes everything. Because there is a significant difference between someone being unable to act and someone consciously deciding that enough is enough. The timing of this shift is particularly fascinating. Over the past year, both Catherine, Princess of Wales, and King Charles III have faced serious health challenges that transformed public discussion surrounding the monarchy. Suddenly, questions about duty, family, legacy, and personal priorities became more important than ever before. For many observers, those difficult circumstances appear to sharpen perspectives throughout the royal family. What truly matters? What deserves energy? Which relationships remain worth fighting for? And where should boundaries finally be drawn? Those are not merely royal questions. They are human questions, which may explain why the story has resonated so strongly with audiences across the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and beyond. Yet another development has made the situation even more striking. Reports suggest that one particular public comment involving King Charles III may have become a turning point for Catherine. Not because the remark directly targeted Catherine herself, but because it allegedly revealed something deeper about the direction of family relationships and the manner in which private matters were continuing to play out in public. If that interpretation is correct, then this was never simply about one disagreement, one interview, or one controversial moment. Instead, it may have been about accumulation. Years of accumulation. Years of disappointment. Years of expectations. Years of opportunities that came and went. And when viewed through that lens, the silence now being interpreted by many commentators takes on an entirely different meaning. Because silence is not always uncertainty. Sometimes silence is a decision. Sometimes silence is a boundary. And sometimes silence says more than any statement ever could. So if Catherine, Princess of Wales, has truly stepped away from the role of peacemaker, then an even bigger question immediately emerges. Without Catherine standing in the middle, who exactly is left capable of bringing Prince William and Prince Harry back together? That question leads directly into the next chapter of the story, because the answer may reveal far more about the future of the monarchy than most people realize. Before we continue, if you enjoy thoughtful royal family analysis that looks beyond the headlines and explores the deeper dynamics shaping the monarchy, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss future updates. Because what happened next did not focus on Catherine at all. Instead, attention shifted toward Prince William himself, and what sources are now saying about a position that appears firmer than ever before. If Catherine, Princess of Wales, has stepped away from the role of mediator, then attention naturally turns toward the one person at the center of this entire story, Prince William, the future king. And this is where many royal observers believe the situation becomes even more difficult for Prince Harry. Because according to commentators who continue to follow developments inside the royal family, the question is no longer whether Prince William is angry. The question is whether Prince William has already moved beyond anger entirely and entered something much more permanent. Think about that distinction for a moment. Anger can cool with time. Frustration can soften with distance. Even serious disagreements sometimes fade when years pass and circumstances change. But what happens when someone reaches a point where the decision itself feels settled? That is the possibility now being discussed by many royal analysts. For years, public attention focused heavily on Prince Harry's perspective. Interviews, documentaries, podcasts, and memoirs created a constant stream of discussion about why Prince Harry felt disappointed, misunderstood, or isolated from the institution he left behind. Yet while millions of people were examining Prince Harry's feelings, another story was quietly developing inside Kensington Palace. The story of Prince William. The story of a future king who was simultaneously managing royal responsibilities, supporting Catherine, Princess of Wales, raising Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, and preparing for a future that carries enormous constitutional responsibility. When viewed through that lens, some royal watchers argue that Prince William's perspective looks very different from the version often presented in headlines. Because from Prince William's point of view, the issue may not simply be criticism. The issue may be trust. And trust, once broken repeatedly, becomes extraordinarily difficult to rebuild. After all, how many private conversations became public stories? How many family disagreements became global headlines? How many personal moments became material for interviews, documentaries, and best-selling books? Those questions continue to linger over every discussion involving Prince William and Prince Harry. And perhaps that explains why reports suggesting Prince William no longer wishes to engage have attracted so much attention. But there is another layer to this story that deserves careful examination. According to royal commentators, Prince William's position appears deeply connected to Catherine, Princess of Wales. While many discussions focus on institutional concerns, constitutional issues, or royal protocol, sources frequently point towards something much more personal. Protection. Not protection of the monarchy. Protection of family. Protection of Catherine, Princess of Wales. Protection of Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. For many viewers, that detail changes the emotional center of the story entirely, because suddenly this stops looking like a disagreement between two brothers. Instead, it begins to resemble a future king drawing boundaries around the people Prince William considers most important. And if that interpretation is correct, then the challenge facing Prince Harry becomes significantly larger than many initially realized. Why? Because institutional disagreements can sometimes be negotiated. Family protection is much harder to negotiate. Would any parent willingly expose children to circumstances believed to create instability? Would any husband willingly invite conflict into a household after watching a spouse endure one of the most difficult periods of life? Those are questions viewers must consider carefully before reaching conclusions. What makes the situation even more fascinating is that several commentators have described Prince William as becoming increasingly independent in recent years. Not independent from duty, not independent from the monarchy, independent in judgment. The image emerging from recent reports is of a Prince William who no longer relies heavily on outside persuasion once a conclusion has been reached. And if that assessment is accurate, then an uncomfortable possibility emerges. What if Catherine, Princess of Wales, could not change Prince William's position even if Catherine wanted to? That question rarely receives enough attention. Many discussions assume Catherine remains the key to reconciliation, but what if Prince William has already moved beyond the point where mediation matters? What if Prince William has already accepted that the relationship with Prince Harry may never return to what it once was? Suddenly, the entire conversation changes, because reconciliation requires two people moving toward each other, not one. And this is precisely why recent reports have generated such intense discussion among royal audiences. The assumption for years was that time would eventually heal the divide. The assumption was that family milestones, health concerns, changing circumstances, or advancing age would naturally bring everyone back together. Yet what if the opposite has happened? What if time has not softened positions? What if time has reinforced them? That possibility appears to concern many royal commentators far more than any single headline. Because every passing year creates new realities. Prince George grows older. Princess Charlotte grows older. Prince Louis grows older. Prince William's role within the monarchy grows larger. King Charles III continues navigating health challenges, and the future shape of the royal family becomes increasingly visible. Meanwhile, the distance remains. The silence remains. The unanswered questions remain. So perhaps the most important question viewers should consider is not whether Prince William misses Prince Harry. The more significant question may be this: has Prince William already accepted a future in which Prince Harry simply no longer plays a meaningful role inside the royal family? Because if that answer is yes, then another development suddenly becomes impossible to ignore. While Prince William has been focused on preparing the next generation of the monarchy, reports suggest Prince Harry may have been watching another royal figure rise into public view. And that figure is not Prince William at all. It is Prince George. And what some royal biographers are now saying about Prince Harry's long-standing concerns regarding Prince George introduces an entirely new dimension to the story. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this deep dive analysis of the royal family, Catherine, Princess of Wales, Prince William, King Charles III, and the future of the monarchy, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss future discussions. Because the next chapter is not really about the past. It is about the future, and specifically, why the growing presence of Prince George may reveal more about Prince Harry's situation than anything happening inside Buckingham Palace today. The moment many people focused on Prince William, another story was quietly developing in the background, and according to several royal commentators, it may explain far more about Prince Harry's current situation than any palace disagreement ever could. Because this story is not really about Prince William. This story is about Prince George. And once Prince George enters the picture, the entire conversation begins to look very different. For years, royal observers understood that Prince William, the future king, was preparing Prince George for a life unlike that of almost any other child in the world. Prince George was never simply another member of the royal family. From the moment Prince George was born, Prince George became part of the direct future of the monarchy itself. That reality has only become more visible with time. Today, Prince George appears increasingly comfortable during public appearances. Whether standing alongside Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, or King Charles III, Prince George projects a level of composure that continually attracts public attention. Every appearance generates headlines. Every photograph sparks discussion. Every new public moment creates fresh interest across Britain, the United States, Canada, and beyond. But why does this matter so much to the story surrounding Prince Harry? Because according to royal biographers, concerns surrounding Prince George are not new at all. In fact, some commentators argue that Prince Harry has been thinking about this reality for far longer than most people realize. Years ago, Prince Harry reportedly spoke about feeling that there was only a limited period during which public attention would naturally focus on Prince Harry before Prince George became the center of future royal interest. At the time, many people viewed those remarks as understandable reflections from someone aware of how succession works within the monarchy. After all, every royal generation eventually passes the spotlight forward. Yet looking back today, those comments are being examined in a very different light. Because Prince George is no longer a toddler. Prince George is growing into the next phase of royal life. And with every passing year, Prince George moves closer to becoming one of the defining figures of the monarchy's future. That reality creates an uncomfortable question. Did Prince Harry spend the past decade building a lasting legacy, or fighting battles that prevented Prince Harry from creating one? Take a moment and consider how different the public conversation could have been. Prince Harry possessed enormous goodwill. Prince Harry possessed global recognition. Prince Harry possessed charitable credibility through military service and veteran advocacy. Prince Harry possessed opportunities that most public figures can only dream about. Many royal watchers believed Prince Harry had the potential to create a powerful independent role that complemented the monarchy, while also allowing Prince Harry to establish a unique identity. Instead, much of the public discussion became dominated by family conflict. Interviews, disputes, responses, counter-responses, books, documentaries, public disagreements. And while those moments generated attention and legacy are not necessarily the same thing. That distinction may be one of the most important themes running through this entire story. Because attention fades, legacy remains. Meanwhile, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, have continued focusing on something entirely different. The future. Prince George represents that future. Princess Charlotte represents that future. Prince Louis represents that future. Every public appearance involving Prince George reinforces a simple reality that cannot be ignored. The monarchy continues moving forward, whether reconciliation happens or not, whether disagreements are resolved or not, whether old conflicts disappear or not. The institution keeps advancing toward its next generation. And perhaps that is what makes Prince George's growing visibility so significant. Prince George does not need to criticize anyone. Prince George does not need to respond to anyone. Prince George simply needs to exist within the line of succession. The symbolism speaks for itself. But there is another layer to this story that deserves closer attention. Several commentators have noted that Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, appear increasingly focused on protecting the environment in which Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are being raised. That focus naturally influences decisions regarding relationships, boundaries, and future access. From that perspective, the discussion is no longer merely about repairing a relationship between Prince William and Prince Harry. The discussion becomes about shaping the next generation. And if Prince William views every major decision through that lens, then many recent developments begin making much more sense. Ask yourself this question. If Prince William believes the future of the monarchy depends heavily on Prince George's preparation, would Prince William take any risks that might complicate that process? Many royal observers believe the answer is obvious, which brings us to another fascinating development that has received increasing attention among commentators. Because while Prince George's rise has become increasingly visible, reports suggest that Prince Harry's wider position within royal circles may also be changing in ways that extend far beyond Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. Family events, social relationships, long-standing connections, royal networks. Several recent developments have led observers to ask whether the distance surrounding Prince Harry is now extending into areas that once seemed unaffected by the royal dispute. And if that is happening, the implications could be much larger than many initially imagined. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this deep dive analysis of Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, Prince George, King Charles III, Prince Harry, and the future of the royal family, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because the next part of the story moves beyond the immediate family and into the wider royal circle. And what has reportedly been happening there may reveal just how dramatically the landscape has changed behind palace walls. The deeper the story goes, the more it begins to look less like a disagreement between brothers and more like a gradual reshaping of an entire royal landscape. Because while much of the public conversation continues to focus on Prince Harry, Prince William, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, another development has quietly emerged that may be just as significant. The wider royal circle appears to be moving on. And if that assessment is correct, then Prince Harry may be facing a challenge far larger than a disagreement with Prince William alone. Think about this carefully. Family disputes are one thing. Social isolation is something entirely different. For years, Prince Harry's supporters argued that time would eventually heal wounds. Many believe that birthdays, anniversaries, family milestones, and major royal events would naturally create opportunities for relationships to recover. After all, history is filled with examples of families overcoming even serious divisions. But what happens when those opportunities begin disappearing one by one? That is the question increasingly being asked by royal commentators. Recent reports surrounding family gatherings and royal social circles have fueled speculation that the distance between Prince Harry and the rest of the royal family may no longer be limited to Prince William. Instead, observers have started noticing something broader, a pattern suggesting that many relationships, once considered stable, are now operating on entirely different terms. And that pattern becomes particularly interesting when viewed through the lens of loyalty. Within royal circles, loyalty carries a unique significance. Unlike traditional celebrity relationships, royal relationships exist inside an institution built on continuity, trust, and long-term stability. People who remain close to the monarchy often do so because they understand the importance of discretion, consistency, and mutual confidence. When trust weakens, consequences can extend far beyond a single disagreement. That reality may explain why certain developments have attracted so much attention. For example, royal commentators have pointed to occasions where Prince Harry's absence from family events generated headlines not because of what happened, but because of what did not happen. Invitations matter, attendance matters, presence matters, and perhaps most importantly, absence matters. Every event attended by Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, King Charles III, Princess, or other senior members of the royal family reinforces existing relationships within the institution. Every event missed creates a different kind of message. Now, to be fair, not every absence should be interpreted as a deliberate statement. Families are complicated, schedules are complicated, circumstances vary. Yet when multiple developments begin pointing in the same direction, observers naturally start asking larger questions. Is Prince Harry becoming increasingly disconnected from royal life itself? Or is Prince Harry simply living a different life altogether? That distinction is crucial because the answers lead to very different conclusions. At the same time, another fascinating dynamic has emerged involving public perception. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, stepped away from royal duties, many people expected a powerful new chapter built around independence, philanthropy, media projects, and global influence. The opportunities appeared enormous. The public interest was undeniable. For a period of time, that momentum seemed unstoppable. Yet several commentators now argue that public curiosity and long-term influence are not the same thing. Curiosity can create headlines. Influence requires sustained achievements. And that is where the conversation becomes increasingly complex. Ask yourself this question. When people discuss Prince William today, what topics dominate the conversation? Future king, leadership, the monarchy, Catherine, Princess of Wales, Prince George, the next generation. Now ask the same question about Prince Harry. What themes dominate those discussions? For many observers, the answer increasingly revolves around conflict, reconciliation, and relationships that may or may not be repaired. That contrast is impossible to ignore. One narrative focuses on the future, The other remains connected to unresolved chapters from the past. And perhaps that explains why Prince William appears increasingly comfortable moving forward without revisiting every disagreement. Because from Prince William's perspective, the responsibilities ahead are enormous. King Charles III will not reign forever. The transition toward the next era of the monarchy is already underway. Prince William, the future king, is preparing for responsibilities that extend decades into the future. Meanwhile, Catherine, Princess of Wales, continues to occupy a central role in shaping that future alongside Prince William. Viewed from that perspective, reconciliation may no longer be the primary concern inside royal planning discussions. Preparation may be, continuity may be, stability may be. And if those priorities have indeed taken center stage, then Prince Harry faces a difficult reality. The institution may not be waiting, because institutions rarely wait. They adapt, they evolve, they move forward. Yet here is where the story takes another unexpected turn. While Prince William appears focused on the future of the monarchy, reports suggest that King Charles III may still view the situation through a different lens entirely. Not as a future king, but as a father. And that distinction introduces one of the most emotionally complicated questions in the entire story. Because what happens when the priorities of a father and the priorities of a future king are not perfectly aligned? Could King Charles III still hope for some form of reconciliation with Prince Harry? Could Prince William believe that reconciliation creates more risks than benefits? And if those perspectives differ behind palace walls, what does that mean for the future direction of the royal family? Those questions may ultimately determine where the story goes next. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this in-depth analysis of Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, King Charles III, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the future of the royal family, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss future updates. Because the next chapter moves beyond Prince Harry's relationship with Prince William and into a much bigger question: whether King Charles III and Prince William may see the future of reconciliation in completely different ways, and why that disagreement could shape the monarchy for years to come. The further the story develops, the clearer one reality becomes. The debate surrounding Prince Harry is no longer centered solely on reconciliation. Increasingly, the discussion is shifting toward legacy, and that may be the most significant change of all. Because while headlines often focus on disagreements, interviews, and strained relationships, history tends to ask a different question: what was ultimately built? Years from now, when royal historians look back on this period, they may spend less time discussing individual arguments and far more time examining the paths chosen by the key figures involved. And when viewed from that perspective, the contrast between Prince William, the future king, and Prince Harry appears more striking than ever. Consider where both brothers stand today. Prince William continues preparing for the immense responsibilities that accompany the future crown. Alongside Catherine, Princess of Wales, Prince William is focused on raising Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis while supporting King Charles III during a period that has tested the royal family in ways few could have anticipated. At the same time, Prince Harry remains connected to a conversation that repeatedly circles back to the same unresolved question: can the past ever truly be repaired? And here is where many royal observers believe the story becomes particularly revealing. Because every year that passes makes the future more visible. Prince George continues growing into public life. Catherine, Princess of Wales, continues strengthening public support through dignity and resilience. Prince William continues stepping closer toward the role of king. The monarchy continues evolving. The calendar continues moving forward. But what happens when one side is focused on building tomorrow while the other side remains tied to yesterday? That is the question many commentators are now asking. And perhaps it explains why reports suggesting Prince Harry sought indirect routes toward communication generated such intense discussion. Because for many observers, those reports created the impression that Prince Harry understands something fundamental. The window may be closing, not necessarily because anyone announced it, not necessarily because Buckingham Palace issued a statement, not necessarily because Prince William delivered an ultimatum. Instead, the window may be closing because life itself continues moving forward. And life rarely waits. Think about that for a moment. How many opportunities does any family receive before distance becomes the new normal? How many chances exist before silence transforms into routine? How many years pass before people stop expecting reconciliation and simply accept reality? Those questions are uncomfortable, but they sit at the heart of the story. Yet there is another dimension that deserves attention. King Charles III. Because throughout this entire discussion, one figure remains uniquely positioned between two competing worlds. On one side stands King Charles III as monarch. On the other side stands King Charles III as father. And those roles do not always point toward identical solutions. Many royal observers believe Prince William approaches the situation primarily through the lens of future stability. Prince William's responsibilities require long-term thinking, institutional planning, and careful protection of the next generation. King Charles III may see additional considerations: family memories, personal history, the natural desire of a father to maintain connections with both sons. That does not automatically mean King Charles III and Prince William disagree. But it does raise fascinating questions about how different generations inside the royal family may view the same situation. Could King Charles III still hope for some form of personal reconciliation? Could Prince William believe certain boundaries should remain permanent? Could both perspectives exist simultaneously? The answers remain largely hidden behind palace walls. And perhaps that uncertainty explains why public fascination continues. Because despite years of headlines, despite countless articles, despite interviews and commentary from every possible angle, nobody outside the family truly knows what conversations may still occur in private. That uncertainty keeps the story alive. But before concluding, there is one final observation worth considering. Throughout this entire saga, one figure repeatedly emerges at the center of discussions surrounding patience, restraint, and responsibility: Catherine, Princess of Wales. The irony is remarkable. For years, many believed Catherine, Princess of Wales, would eventually become the bridge capable of reconnecting Prince William and Prince Harry. Now, according to reports and commentary, the most significant development may be Catherine's decision not to carry that responsibility any longer. If that interpretation is correct, then Catherine, Princess of Wales, has not merely influenced the story. Catherine, Princess of Wales, may have quietly defined its outcome. Not through confrontation, not through statements, not through public criticism, but through silence. And in royal history, silence often carries extraordinary power. So where does that leave Prince Harry? That remains the unanswered question. Perhaps reconciliation remains possible. Perhaps future events will create opportunities nobody currently sees. Perhaps King Charles III, Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, and Prince Harry will eventually discover a path that seems impossible today. Or perhaps the monarchy has already entered a new chapter in which Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis represent the future, while Prince Harry's connection to that future grows increasingly distant. Only time will reveal which interpretation proves correct. But one thing is certain: this story is no longer just about family disagreement. This story is about legacy. This story is about choices. And this story is about what happens when years of decisions finally begin producing consequences that can no longer be ignored. Before we finish, if you have enjoyed this deep analysis of Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, King Charles III, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the future of the royal family, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join our growing community of royal watchers who enjoy thoughtful discussion beyond the headlines. And now we would love to hear from you. Do you believe Prince Harry and Prince William will eventually find a way back to each other? Or do you think the divide has simply become too deep after everything that has happened? Do you believe Catherine, Princess of Wales, made the right decision by stepping away from the role of mediator? Or do you think there is still one final opportunity for reconciliation? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because this conversation is far from over and the next chapter of the royal family story may be closer than anyone realizes.